Yeah, he was too busy.
Part of it?
Too busy jester gooning.
Too busy jester gooning in the offseason. They couldn't frame Mogany on the photos. Yeah, I didn't really get to see that. I guess I did have it up there, but I didn't get a good look at it. I heard he was right in the smack dab.
He was right in the middle. Yeah, he was right in the middle. So maybe he was frame mogging everybody. He definitely looked noticeably bigger than D'Amico Ryans, so that's cool because I feel like he's a good judge. You know, that's a pretty big former player,
right?
Yeah. Who?
Dan, he's the biggest. Kevin O'Connell's probably the only.
Kevin O'Connell's probably just as tall, but not as big. Yeah. Mike Vrabel's probably a pretty big guy.
It's kind of crazy to have like Kevin O'Connell, and you're like, yeah, look at our coach, he's fucking huge, and then like end of the game, post they beat us last year. I can't really talk shit.
Yeah.
But post handshake, no.
Dude, what is going on?
Dan Campbell's a fucking man.
Why do I just have no internet at all? I can't even load the stream up.
Lame.
Jester gooning.
Lame. All right. I don't know if you want to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it, but obviously Friday took place.
Yeah, it sucked. Really, really sucked. Pretty down on sports right now as a whole. At least the Tigers, won a couple games. Obviously, they lost to end the weekend as well, so
yeah,
kind of left with a bad taste in your mouth. But they did win a couple games, so that was cool. But yeah, Michigan State done, both of them. Red Wings pretty much cooked. Got shit on. It was 4-0 at one point. Turned it off.
Yeah, that was fucking brutal.
Yeah, not great, Bob. I've come to the realization that no team I ever loved will win a championship.
You were doing that Friday, too.
Yeah, sports might not be for me anymore. This is depressing. At least I have, a child in Kevin McGonigal that's going to, I'm sure, be the MVP of the season because that's what we need. Pistons, listen, the Pistons are good. I don't expect them to win a championship this year. So, if they win a round or two, I'm happy. Next year, then we talk Pistons like that.
Yeah.
The Tigers are our only hope right now. And obviously, they have a good chance. So we'll see. Hopefully, Scott Harris is not jester gooning at the trade deadline and he frame mogs a good hitter. But, yeah, it kind of sucks right now. Not great for Spenny. I'll say that.
Get $1,000 a bet, Red Wings in or out.
Out.
Yeah, it's kind of a smart bet, no?
Everybody's like, oh, they don't play any playoff teams down the stretch, or they play the least amount of playoff teams down the stretch. Yeah, but they still play, Columbus and Philly. And
Philly's about to be a playoff.
It's not happening. Looking at our, schedule coming up, I think Philly has already kind of overtaken us, and we still have to play them, twice?
Yep.
Brutal. Yeah, no, we're cooked.
We can beat the Devils. We can beat the Rangers. We're not going to beat the Wild unless, we have another act of God or something. We're not going to beat Philly. We're not going to beat Columbus. They're all just playing harder. They want it more. That's flat out what it is. They want it more. The Red Wings don't want it. The team doesn't want it. You're not going to go out there and be given a playoff berth. You're not going to be given anything in this league. And until you really know what it means to play playoff hockey, you're not going to just get it. Like, you have to go take it. You have to beat these teams. You have to take advantage of opportunities. Back-to-back, suck it up. Like, who fucking cares about a back-to-back? Your life's on the line.
You lost on a back-to-back to an AHL defense.
Yep. Yeah. Ottawa came in and beat you in your house on a back-to-back. So I don't want that excuse. I don't want the tired excuse. You got to go out there and make plays. And
what was it for you in the Flyers game, though? Was it
they don't have a superstar. They don't have a guy. Nobody on this team wants to be the guy. They want to be good. They want to have fun. They want to do TikToks. They want to skate around the rink and, look at me. They don't have a guy that wants to be the dude. You have good players. Larkin, very good player. Lucas Raymond, very good player. Alex DeBrincat, very good player. Mo Seider, very good player. You don't have a great player. You don't have a superstar. And you're not going to just flutter around in the East without a guy that's going to bring you to the promised land. And I don't know what happens now. I don't know where they go with this. Yeah, they could still sneak into the playoffs. I'm not going to bet on it. You shouldn't either. This isn't a playoff team. They don't deserve to be a playoff team. With another March collapse like that, forget about it. You got to pray to God that you land one of these big 3 free agents that is coming up in Quinn Hughes, Connor McDavid, or Austin Matthews. Maybe Torts kicks Marner out of Vegas and you can scoop him up. Because right now you got a team full of second liners and they're playing like it. And anytime they go up against upper echelon talent or even guys that are just hungry, guys that just want it more, guys that just want to put you into the fucking ice, They cower and they back down and they fall flat and they start the game off like there's some elite team, and then boom, they're down 3-0, and you're clawing back and you're clawing back. That's not how you win in the playoffs. That's not how you win in the NHL. You can't start playing hockey in the second period. It's fucking embarrassing, man. And it's again with this shit. The third year in a fucking row of just total, complete collapse where they roll over, where they want somebody to give it to them, where, oh, yeah, we'll fight with 20 seconds left in a two-goal game because we get pissed off. Well, why don't you fight from the first fucking puck drop? Why don't you fight from that first face-off circle? That's the only way you're going to win. The rest of these teams are fighting for their life, too. You think a corner animal is just going to back down because you're the Red Wings? Because it's Hockey Town, right? Because it's the winged wheel. Because Steve Yzerman's in there. Because it's the best American franchise. You guys haven't been shit for 20 years. So I don't want to hear that shit. Hockey Town should be scraped off the ice immediately. It's not Hockey Town. Why the fuck would this be Hockey Town? We haven't seen the playoffs in a decade.
Minus 210 to miss the playoffs according to DNC. That's, yeah. I meant what went wrong in the Philly game, but, you got to let it off your chest, brother. That's what it is. It's the same story coming in last Monday after the Bruins game. Soft team. It just is what it is at this point. We can move on to them from them until they do anything of note. Moving on to the Michigan. I guess you're the only Michigan guy here, Gordon. You want to take a little bit of a victory lap, a little celebration? The job's not finished.
Yeah, I'm more so along the line of job's not finished. I'll take a victory lap if we beat Arizona, but Arizona's been the one team like this entire tournament where I've looked at them like, okay, that's another team that like runs NBA offense, style sets that like is, they just look different. You know what I mean? You look at Michigan, you look at Arizona, they look different than your 3 seeds, your 4 seeds, your 5 seeds. This almost feels like the real championship. So this game is what I'm really looking forward to. I think this is the toughest team Michigan's played all season.
Yeah,
better than 2.
These have been the best 2 teams in college basketball all year. Mm-hmm. So this is the real deal. And Michigan's really fucking good, man. It sucks. Yeah. Like, I'm praying for an earthquake. Obviously, just joking. Jaden Ivey, don't come after me. We'll get to that, too. Because I just love apple pie. But the guy's just, somebody needs to talk to him. And, like, he's very close to being needed to be institutionalized.
Preferably not Kanye.
Preferably not Kanye. Yeah, that's not the person he needs to hear from right now. Don't put bully on.
Because at first I want to be like, I get it. Like,
it's getting scary now.
It is getting a little. It's the patterns of speed. It's like he's kind of sporadic in the thought process.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Michigan first. They're really good. They're really good. They're probably going to win.
They're really good.
Like fucking Dominican Poppy, the guy Yaxel's going crazy.
He's going nuts.
Elliot Cadeau. I think the only way Michigan loses a game is if Elliot Cadeau just implodes.
Yeah.
If he just has an 8 turnover, 1 for 10 performance, because Yaxel and Mara, they're going to do what they're doing. And there's nobody left that can stop those guys from doing that. Like, they're going to both get fucking around 20 and around 8 boards if they want to. And then you've got Burnett and Gale just shooting the fucking lights out for some reason. I don't think I've seen Roddy Gale miss a shot in the tournament. It's crazy, man. Michigan is real. Well. If I had to bet on one team to win it all out of the Final Four, it'd be
for
Michigan.
sure it's Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, Arizona's good, but like their style of play,
Michigan's gonna win.
Yeah, they don't shoot threes. They get downhill unless Arizona can get Michigan's bigs into foul trouble, and then Elliot Cadeau implodes. That's how Arizona would win this game. Is if the attack of the basket, if they're getting whistles, if they get 2 on Yaxel and 2 on Mara early, then they might be able to get some kind of rhythm going. But if they don't get those guys into foul trouble, it's going to be hard scoring on them. I'm learning from experience. it's hard scoring in the paint against Michigan.
Now you ready for Jaden Ivey?
Yeah. So have you guys seen this? You seen this? You heard about this? Jaden Ivey's losing his mind. Flat out. Like, Jaden Ivey has been going on Instagram a couple times a day and just for an hour and a half at a time, and I don't want to say preaching the gospel because he's kind of like spewing hate at this point, where he just went at like Pride Month, and the NBA should condemn it because it's, obviously against very hardcore religious beliefs. He's been just preaching at first it was like, okay, he found God, he found Jesus, whatever, do it, preach it. A lot of people do that. The first thing they say, I like to thank Jesus, my Lord and Savior, blah, blah, blah. That happens all the time. No problem with that. I'm starting to get a little weird. I'm starting to get a little worried for the guy. Because he's been, I would say, preaching radical beliefs from older scripture. And then we had this today where he just kind of went off on a tangent.
In the middle of it all.
All the good, the apple pie. I like apple pie. Apple pie is good. It's tasty. Why did God give?
That was just in the middle of his religious preachings.
I want the whole piece of that. I want not the
Hey,
pie,
I'm not
but
judging, just like to shoot
no pun
straight.
intended. But the whole context of the apple pie conversation, because it looked like he's going into why God gave us apple pie explanation. I want to hear that. I'm not a big apple pie guy myself.
I like apple pie.
I love
Trying to
apple
listen
pie.
to the
Apple pie's
sermon?
Good.
It's tasty. It is tasty. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, apple pie is very tasty.
It's
But
unfortunate to see. This is crazy.
it's kind of losing his mind.
It's like, because at first, when it was all happening, I'm kind of like, it's religion, that's him.
Yeah, whatever.
Let him be him. Like, we have people who religious fucking socks and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's whatever. But now, like, when you're watching it in live time on the live streams, and he's kind of going off these tangents, and then it turns into apple pie, turns into some stuff
Said
that's
he was
kind of
never
like,
loved as a child.
yeah, that thing was from a couple years back. And to be honest with that one, too, like, we don't know the context of that either. Like, I don't want to get into it. It's a little too much, to be honest with you. He said he was sexually abused. I guess I get to that point of it, but he never gave context like what it was. Like, that term can mean a lot of things for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But
I just somebody like his friends should look out for him. Like, I think somebody actually needs to.
I think it's the hardest too when like it is God as like their focus, because like some people believe that hardcore, and sometimes people believe that type of relationship with God. It's kind of hard to talk to someone like, hey, you're not being religious. You're kind of just talking nonsense. It's
But
like,
I mean, now it's getting pretty bad. And you saw a report go out there from a Bulls insider that
he may be off the team.
he may be off the teams. He's probably going to be out of the league soon. Like, it's not like he's not going to play for the Chicago Bulls. He's not going to play in the NBA. He just went at them celebrating Pride Month. Do you know the league you're in? That's where it starts to be like he needs better people in his corner, because this is a life-destroying decision that he just made to go out, because you might never be welcomed back into the NBA after, like, look at Miles Leonard. You remember that? Yeah. It's the same kind of situation. You go out there and you attack one of these groups.
I think he's got more upside than Miles Leonard, though. He'd be given a second chance.
Miles Leonard, he was pretty good.
I don't know if saying that's going to cancel him out of the league.
I'm saying he might get blackballed by the NBA. You saying that?
I don't think that happened.
I think it's happened for less.
I think
Look at Malik Beasley.
If he can't get his talent shit straight too, yeah. But I mean, I don't think that'd be like the main reason.
It's going to be the main reason that a team's not going to take an opportunity on you to get your
You ever
chance.
see that video of Tim Hardaway? Not Tim Hardaway Jr., Tim Hardaway, who's talking about like.
Well, that's different. That's a different time.
Well, no, but he's still on. You know what I'm saying? Like shows now. Like that was fairly recent, by the way. That's like after he like retired and shit.
I'm just saying, that's not the group you go after. Look at John Gruden.
He's gonna get rainbow balled out the league.
He's going to get rainbow balled out the league. He's going to be playing for the Shanghai Sharks in a couple years. He might get rainbow balled.
It's a whole thing. But that's like, I guess, the cherry on the cake. It did leave that. Chris, you're an ally.
Yeah.
Do you approve of Jaden Ivey's comments, his actions? Are you forgiving?
No, I mean, look, he's what he's going through is clearly some type of episode. Like, this is a far different behavior than we've ever seen from him. So to give him that grace, like, look, I know the Pistons got a lot going on. They're competing for an NBA championship right now, but like a lot of those guys, Asar, who said, that was my best friend, like those guys should be taking the time to reach out to him, because he is clearly like he needs all the support he can get in his life right now, because it's just like you said, Eazy. It's the sporadicness of how he's talking. It's the fact that he's not staying on one point. He's bouncing around. Like it'd be one thing if he was just quoting the Bible every day. Look, okay,
Yeah.
if you're at your lowest, going to God makes sense, in that context. But when you start bringing in all these other things,
He's going to people in the
attacking
comments.
people,
Yeah.
people are in there
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, man, Detroit loves you," and he's saying, "God doesn't care about you, you sinner." Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, dude, if I
Use
was
the
that
hard
guy,
R.
I was so upset. I'd be so upset, man. Like, you're just trying to show love, and he's just clearly shutting out those who are trying to give him love right now.
That's what Jeff said.
It's messed up, man. It's messed up. So prayers for Ivy because, like you guys said, he is closer to being out the league than in the league. Right
Absolutely,
now.
he is.
Absolutely, because
He
the
is.
Chicago Bulls suck. So if they're not going to put up with it, what franchises are?
That's fair. Yeah, Kyrie bounced back from attacking the.
Kyrie
is
Jaden
good.
Ivey is not Kyrie Irving.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Shout out to Amon-Ra back from vacation. Brought to Bukaki this chat. shout out to Adam.
Allegedly on Roblox.
Allegedly
we do
on
not
Roblox.
promote sexual gratification in any way. We do not promote violence upon others in any way. We are not real. You are not real.
Gordon, do you have any takes on Jaden Ivey?
Just got one thing to say. Anybody in the chat want a teal Jaden Ivey jersey? You can take it off my hand for like $20.
No.
After he came after the Catholics, I was like, all right, this is
Yeah, he did say he went after the Catholic Church
yeah.
and the
He
gays.
specifically,
Wait,
he was
what?
like
said, like-
Catholics are
Yeah.
Catholics suck.
yeah
Like
no,
Catholicism is a derivative form of religion
Yeah,
that doesn't
like
preach
something
the
about
actual
Satan.
values. And yeah, he's getting like super like radical. With,
Which,
like that's
dude,
what I'm
feel
this-
that way, but like I don't know. Some of the shit he's saying is ass backwards from like what the Bible teaches.
Yeah.
Just I think Sean Murphy's the one that put it out was like he couldn't even call someone a sinner. You can't say anything because you're a sinner. But it's like no one's perfect.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like
a sinner,
Jesus
too.
is the only one that's perfect.
That's
yeah.
the whole yeah
That's
exactly.
the
Jesus
whole
died
point.
for our
Yeah,
sins.
Yeah, like that's I don't know. Marcus Newsom says Ivy's having a mental breakdown.
Yes, he
it's going
is.
to cost him his career. Rodman and Artest were similar in their own way, but they were able to bounce back and save their careers. Yeah,
They were both already established defensive player of the year, NBA champion guys.
It's true.
Like those are two of the best defensive
No
players
rings
of all
for
time.
Artest, though.
Yeah, like Meta World Peace. I say what you want about him, the elbow, the dirt, but he's one of the best defensive players ever. And obviously, we know who Dennis Rodman is. I don't know if you're going to see the same kind of leeway with a player like Jaden Ivey. Flat out.
James Ref. Yes, because Eazy knows the Bible so well. I mean, I know that fucking part. It's a very basic part of it, is it not? No, Chris, we're rolling through all the way till break.
All right.
Might as well now.
Yep.
Okay.
It's Larry Borum's birthday, huh?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Friday.
Okay.
So June, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, big guy.
We're going to talk behind the day.
My life depends on you. Just-
If you leave, I'm gonna end it all.
Jared Goff sitting down in the locker room had the same conversation with him.
that Jared Goff's life literally depends on you. Yeah, we're obviously going to get into a lot of Lions. We got a lot of Lions news today.
We can break if you want.
No. We'd have to do a small break.
Okay. Yeah, the Ivy stuff is unfortunate. I guess is the basis of it.
Do you guys? So if you guys had to pick like an answer right now, is he playing in the NBA next season? Yes
No.
or no?
Probably not.
Absolutely not.
Because a free agent after this year.
He's
You
going
got
to
all that stuff going on top of the performance stuff too. He hasn't been, worth taking the risk on court.
he might need to like check into inpatient therapy. That's what I'm more leaning to him being like institutionalized than playing in the NBA. Like this is scary stuff, man.
Sticky sock gang.
Yeah, like hey man, there's no shame in it. Like go get your mind right. There are
Sticky
like,
sock game? Hold
listen,
on, no, what the fuck?
Yeah, you know the socks that
socks.
you wear at
I'm thinking
the
of different
institute.
sticky
No,
socks,
I know.
brother.
Different kind of sticky
As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, this one might not be interpreted well.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Sticky socks. Shout out to DNC. So, like, is he going to victory lap mental illness? Who am I kidding? Of course he is. I am not victory lapping the mental illness. I'm not.
no,
I haven't.
I want him to get himself right. Like it's scary, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, all for whatever you believe, and believe in what you believe, as long as you're not casting hate or shame upon other people, which you kind of are. But like brain, mental, chemical imbalances, that's a real thing. That is provable fact by science. So like you can, you don't have to just thug it through. You can get help. if you need it.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with getting help.
Weezy D. That's all right. He's trying to.
Yeah, grippy socks is grippy
Yeah, my
socks.
bad. My bad.
Sticky
Sticky socks is different. Sticky socks
I
is
think it's a different kind of gang you're doing.
Yeah.
You're Jester going in the
but
booth over there.
if you think about it, like the grippy socks used as sticky socks might be elite.
I'm not
Grippy.
going down that road.
I got a nickname. My phone is Grippy.
Have you climbing on the walls and
Go.
shit?
Are we bashing Dennis right now from Weezy D? I thought Dennis bounced back. In a
Dennis has
big
been
way.
playing well.
Dennis has been playing really well.
Yeah.
Weezy, you
just
come with the worst takes
Weezy's
all the
just-
time, dude.
He thinks the Pistons did
And he
this
thinks
time.
they hit too. He be feeling them shits. Dan ass. Like, what are you doing, dude? He's at like a 30-point,
He's
8
at-
assists a game.
He's
he
averaging
cooked with that
20
one.
over his past like 9 games or something like that.
This is wild stuff. Wild stuff.
Weezy D might be like the #1 customer at Loom.
He could be.
Has to be.
Ivy will be on IG soon eating Vaseline like Marbury.
Oh man. See, that's what I don't want.
Yeah.
Like I don't want the route that leads to complete mental collapse or a drug addict type of thing like you.
Delonte West.
Yeah, it's these guys are under so much pressure. Like us. We get you jabronis calling us fat losers. Like imagine being an athlete of that level and having millions of people do that. And
Jade
it's
Ivy, fat ass.
It's yeah, fat fuck. It's obviously putting a lot of stress on the kid, man, and I just want him to get his mind right.
Yeah, the clearest red flag to me is when you're rejecting when you're going out of your way to respond to supportive comments with hate.
Yeah.
That's like a whole nother step, because it's one thing if you just don't want to engage with your comments, that's fine. But he's engaging with his comments, and he's even hating on the people that are supporting him. So it's scary, man. I really hope he gets help. I mean, I just mentioned him. Shout out to Delonte West. He's 100 days sober as of now.
Wow.
So like there are support systems through the NBA Players Association. There are support systems out there, Jaden Ivey. So I hope if you're listening, or
Not after he went after the
post him.
gays, dude.
Let's
Adam
say-
Silver's looking at him like, if he dies, he dies. He's
don't
not
push
getting
him.
See
any.
if he cries.
He's not getting any
Yeah.
any support from the NBA after bashing Pride Month.
Gun guy says nothing wrong with being extra. Belief is belief. Preach my dog. Voice that shit. The truth shall set you free. I'm with you on that, but it's if you watch the video, I don't know if Gun guy saw the video. You want to play the apple pie piece?
Yeah,
one more
play
time?
it one more time.
If you know how to reset, he's just been kind of scatterbrained all over the place. And like Chris is saying, he's attacking his supporters in the chat.
He's having a manic
somebody literally
episode.
said, "Jaden, I'll pray for you. Detroit misses you." And he called the guy a sinner.
Yeah.
I'm like,
God
that's what's
doesn't love
different than
you.
preaching the word. He's like, he's
having a
little bit of
manic
an
episode.
Yeah.
Here's him.
All the good, the apple pie. I like apple pie. Apple pie is good. It's tasty. Why did God give?
It did.
crazy.
But sitting like that in your car from that angle, that's also like weird too.
Yeah.
For 45 minutes straight.
I think it's like 75 minutes.
That was
heard
the other
75.
day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the shit that Kyle. I don't know if Kyle Singer was preaching, God or anything like that. But like, a lot of this stuff can get disguised in religion because you are allowed to be your beliefs. Like Moses said, a fucking flood was coming. Not Moses. Noah said a flood was coming.
Yep.
Motherfuckers like, this guy's crazy. Like, sure, you're allowed to have your beliefs, but you could tell when someone's crazy versus, at least I feel like I can, versus like spiritually lifted. That makes sense.
Name one genius that ain't crazy.
Name one genius that ain't crazy. He may be genius.
No, I don't think so. I think he's just crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It sucks too because like he is going to be a free agent and like that's very bad for him.
He said God doesn't hear the prayers of sinners. To some like teenage kid
Who was praying for him?
who commented on his Instagram, probably goes to church with his parents.
Maybe he creeped his profile. He's doing some crazy shit.
Maybe,
Who
yeah,
knows?
could be a sinner.
These kids these
I
days.
mean, we're all sinners.
You know what I'm saying? You never know. I don't think he's on drugs.
No,
He
I
messed with his
think
back,
he's just having a manic episode. I really do. I think he should be on drugs, like
I was
good
about
drugs.
to say, I think
Like,
it might be a lack of
Yeah,
drugs.
I think drugs would probably help.
Maybe he's some weed.
Certain drugs.
I don't know. Prayers up for Jaden Ivey.
A couple super chats in there before we go to break. Adam from the D said Jaden is on his Kanye. All right, not reading the rest of that one.
Now if he goes there, he's out of the league.
That's
Watch out,
what
gentlemen.
Myers Leonard did. He went there. That's why he's not in the league.
Oh shit!
yeah,
You're
dude,
right.
he got Call of Duty hot mic'd.
I thought he played after that though.
No,
No.
He
never.
played after that.
nope.
Nope.
That was his last game.
That was his last
Last
game.
game.
You are full of shit.
Yeah,
I'm
go-
looking
Look it up.
Tev Sauce, Jaden Ivey, Stick Sock sponsorship coming soon. Hey, Sticky Socks, Jaden Ivey brand. hooping in them, just in case somebody needs to get dunked on in the metal
Sticky
facility.
socks might help at a time like this.
Nike Ultra sticky
Clear
socks.
lines.
All right, let's go to break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk Lions. We got a lot of Lions. Tell us about Ven Johnson,
Let me
Chris.
tell you about Ven Johnson, because if you are in need of legal help, if you need a fighter in your corner, hit up my guy Ven Johnson. He fights for the little man. He fights for you. Call Ven Johnson Law, or visit their website, venjohnsonfights.com. Now, Spencer, tell us about opening day.
Opening day is almost here this Friday. Make sure you come out for the biggest party in Detroit. It's Grand Slam Fest. Go to grandslamdetroit.com to purchase tickets today. We're going to be there all day. Heavyweights getting content. I might be emceeing. You never know. 9 a.m. the party starts. And we're going all day. It's awesome. It's so much fun. Shout out to Grand Slam Fest for having us out again. Make sure you check it out this Friday downtown for opening day.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. Venfights.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
My guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, isn't only the #1 massage chair review channel. He also has a large massage chair showroom this side of the Mississippi. You guys check it out, the corner of Woodward, Long Lake Road. Just visit Massage Chair House. Just schedule yourself an appointment or scan the QR code. Go see my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan. Hold it down, and don't forget to check out his YouTube channel, where he hosts the largest massage chair review channel on the interweb. But also, come check us out,
Shout
because
out.
this Saturday night, the Art and Jake's tour continues. We'll be at Clarkson for Michigan versus Arizona in a huge Final Four matchup. What? Tour?
Yeah, dude. Just a hard R out of nowhere.
The
Love of the game.
The Art and Jake's tour. Listen, well, we'll be there. Obviously, you guys watch. If you haven't watched, you got to watch them. If you're not watching, come pull up and party. We've been with a couple listeners last Saturday, Friday, I should say. The one before, too. We're gonna
Shout
be
out Thomas.
I'll be there. Saturday night, Clarkson.
Check it out.
Tour. Oh, okay. I get it now.
Yeah, what'd you think I was?
I don't know. I thought
What
you
the
just
word?
I thought you just threw the threw the hard R in there for no reason. The Art and Jake's tour.
I just didn't know what it was.
I didn't know what it was either.
You never been down south, huh, baby?
Shout out to Thomas for popping out to Art and
Shout
Jake's.
Thomas, shout the Jade as
Yeah.
well. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Breaking news. The Bulls have waived Jaden Ivey while we had commercial break.
Yeah.
Just got done talking about it. Shams says for his, I believe it's Shams. Maybe they're
It is from
too.
Shams, yeah. The Chicago Bulls are waiving guard Jaden Ivey after his recent anti-LGBTQ comments amid several rants on religion and other topics. Sources tell ESPN. He's getting rainbow balled, dude.
That's sad. It's fucked.
Kneel to your blue-haired leaders.
Never.
No, I'm just joking. Partially. But it's, I mean, he's obviously having a manic episode. And he was already, like, missing games.
That confirms it for anybody that didn't think that was the case, to be honest with you.
Yeah. The guy's kind of losing his mind.
Yeah.
Sad to see.
I personally would have liked to have seen in that statement some type of action, like, with it. Beyond like the Bulls, offered support system or something with it. I get releasing him. Look, he wasn't playing well. This is a lot of stuff going on, especially for somebody that isn't playing well for your team. So the Bulls are totally right in letting him go.
Yeah.
But I would have liked to have seen some type of action of support attached with this, whether it been like they reached out to the to NBA Players Association for suggesting help, or they use this tool or that tool or something.
That is disappointing, actually.
I like them to do something
That's
with
disappointing
it.
by the NBA.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, yeah. Maybe they have. Who knows?
I think they should have said it, though, in the presser, too, or something. I think they should have alluded to something.
This...
It's medical... What's it called? HIPAA? Is that a HIPAA thing?
Yeah.
Could be a HIPAA thing.
This is...
You don't got to say
Maybe. This is like... You remember when James Harden showed up in the fat suit?
Oh my God.
Maybe Jaden Ivey's...
Doesn't want to be on the Bulls.
Maybe he's doing the long con.
There are some sources that said he was like this in Detroit before he dipped out too, and it was making guys uncomfortable. He stopped wearing remember he wasn't coming out with the jumpsuits and shit. And
Yeah.
was on the bench by himself and shit, like not clapping.
Yeah, he was like just sitting. I specifically remember because it was my screensaver for a while. Ron Holland shitting on somebody.
Oh yeah,
big time. I think he was on the Pacers or something, and the whole bench erupts, and Jaden Ivey's just sitting there like this. I was like, whoa. Like, even if you're like injured, that's
still a pretty cool thing to see.
I mean, he just. Yeah, like even if I was worried about the righteousness of God, if I saw somebody get shit on like that right in front of me, I'd be like, whoa, at least.
I'm with Art Vandelay. Can Ivy play edge? His pops or grandfather did he play for the Lions? Or his dad?
His grandpa.
One of the two.
I think
throw him out there at nickel.
I'm pretty sure his grandpa did.
Maybe Nick, he'd be a dog-ass safety. He'd be a dog-ass
Then
safety.
he could deliver the punishment of the Lord upon the sinners.
Calls himself Judge.
He's got to picture every running back as Trajan Langdon, like Bobby Boucher pictured as the other coach.
Or what was his name from the Raiders? Nassib, the guy that was openly.
Wait, what? Oh, Carl Nassib. Yeah, he's retired, but yeah. I would love to see Jaden Ivey in the Detroit Lions. Give him a chance. Why not?
Here's our Kirby replacement. Says Robert M6.
I feel like he'd be a dog. I feel like he'd be an all-pro. And I feel like it's very doable. That guy's insanely athletic. You don't need you jumping on 10-foot rims. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just running to the ball and intercepting it. I feel like I feel like safety is one of the easiest positions to learn.
Yeah.
Free safety, at least.
This whole story is crazy to me because if you think about Jaden Ivey, a former top 5 overall pick, a guy who was playing his best basketball before his injury, and that injury combined with the other one that he set that kind of put him back to start the season. You're like, look, we all know that it takes a lot to be a professional athlete. Like, to be in the NBA, you have to be one of one. You have to have a lot of adversity. It's not just God-given talent that gets you there. It is a lot of hard work. It is a lot of dedication. It is a lot of adversity. And so it's so crazy to me that these 2 injuries, if you want to call them 2 injuries, is all it took, and now he has completely spiraled into a different place. And he's clearly not well mentally. It's such a fast fall that it's like it's really hard to believe. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. I mean, think about all it takes to get to the NBA, and just like that, it's gone. I don't think we've seen something fall this fast.
Yeah, this is like the guy must have had some deep rooted trauma that just he couldn't take the pressures of where he was and what he was doing, and obviously the injury that kind of derailed his whole life, and there was personal stuff that happened in his life that led him to religion, that obviously played a big factor of this too. It's sad, man. Again,
I had a friend have a scenario like this too, and he started very preachy at first, and again, I had nothing wrong with that. He's enlightened me a few times with those words, but it slowly turned into something else. Not even slowly; it was fairly quickly. And there's a time where we are out in New Orleans, we're working per diem, like we're spreading like the company, and 2 days away from coming home, he disappeared. And this is before, like, we're going to New Orleans. I'm coming back up to Michigan. He's supposed to go start a branch in Hawaii. Fucking Hawaii.
Yeah.
Of all places.
That'd
And this
be
is, by the
awesome.
way, like one of the smartest human beings I've ever met in my life. Mm-hmm. Like, my entire life. Super smart. They say the fine line between brilliance and sin. And then, but, yeah, he disappeared. Turns out, when they did find him, they brought him to the hospital, and he wouldn't tell him his name. And we're from Michigan. We're in New Orleans. So, like, there's no family or nothing down there. Like, nothing you could call, like, where they found him, shit like that. He was telling his name was Bill O'Reilly. He lost his shit. And I've seen this firsthand.
Chemical imbalances happen, man. It's
sad.
Like, this is what my mom does for a living. Like, I've seen, some people need medicine to regulate the chemicals in their brains. It's science. And I think Jaden Ivey is at that point. And a lot of stressors and different things in his life led him to that. But, again, I pray that somebody around him shows this and sees this as a cry for help, and I don't want to say forces him to get the help he needs, but helps him, because it's a very slippery slope, man.
It's also got to be tough to, like, get through to people like that, where, like that's why I don't know. It's like Kanye, for instance, right? Like, how do you tell someone who's been told no their whole life, like, you'll never be this, you'll never be that, like, but through the faith of God and then belief in themselves have reached where Kanye's reached?
Yeah.
How do you can't tell them nothing at the point? You can't tell me nothing, right? But seriously, and Jaden Ivey, the same thing, right? Like you're never gonna make the league, you're never gonna do this, and he does it. He's not gonna fucking believe you. He's been told no his whole life, and he's fucking proved everyone wrong. It's a tough barrier to break, especially again when it's disguised as religion on top of it. It's
Cole Anthony, one of Satan's greatest warriors.
All right. Did we read Tevsoft super chat? Jaden Ivey stick sock sponsorship.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't read Snitching Shads. He says we're gonna get Maharaga on Cole Anthony or something. Changed Ivey's life. Hey, I mean, I'll summon him right now.
Adam from the D. Can't go after the alphabet people.
Hey, Adam and the D also had another banger in here. I don't know if you guys want me to read it or not.
Yeah, read it.
Carl Nassib is a turd burglar. That one had me crying for like 3-4 minutes.
The goalie monkey, welcome to the Woodward crew. Shout out for subscribing to the gang. Appreciate you, brother.
Just react to Jaden Ivey release for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, like, somebody who knows Jaden Ivey on a personal level, help the guy get some help, man. This guy is ruining his life right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the door to the NBA is still open, but the door to make millions of dollars playing basketball is still wide open. Doesn't have to be in the NBA.
DNC said him and Beasley in Puerto Rico.
Guy could go to China and be a fucking villain. Like, you kidding me? That type of athleticism and
you spread the religion.
You could be a missionary. You could go to Utah, play for the Jazz. But somebody needs to make sure that he's okay, because it could get much worse than it is right now. Your job is one thing. Your livelihood is another. All right, let's go to break. And we'll come back. We got a lot of lines to talk about. Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, Rob Wood, everybody giving some tidbits about what's going on, what they're thinking, their process going into free agency, the draft, Taylor Decker standing Brad Holmes. Like, there's a lot going on with the Lions, and we're going to get into that next.
What if Jaden Ivey's right and we're all wrong?
Could be. Odds are against him, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like what happens, so maybe we're just blind to it and he's the next prophet. But odds are he's just got a chemical imbalance, and he's in a manic episode right now. That happens pretty much every day. Prophets don't come along too often. Tell us about Supreme Lending, Chris.
Let me tell you guys about Supreme Lending. Supreme Lending is Woodward Sports' newest teammate, and they are hooking you up. You get a $500 off your appraisal if you mention Woodward Sports for those eligible Call Chris and Chad today at Supreme Money. Remember, they have a 99% close-on time rate and a 97% customer satisfaction. So why wouldn't you team up with the best at Supreme Lending? Eazy, tell us about JARS.
JARS Cannabis right now. If the Grand Rapids Gold score a 2-pointer, which they do, every single game, you can have the JARS and get a free product. All you have to do is mention Gold Scores. Use Stash. It's a promotion, and the offer is valid on Jungle Juice, Edible Gems, Mr. Vapor Soar, and Spider Legs products at any JARS location in the state of Michigan. You're out bad, you're kind of broke, JARS got your back. Just walk on there and mention Gold Scores, use Stash promotion, screenshot this, or screen record if you need to. The offer is valid again on Jungle Juice, Edible Gem, Mr. Vapor, or Spider Legs products.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
I'm drunk right now. Sun Cruiser is the best drink in the game. Make sure you are
probably is drunk right now.
Official partners of the Detroit Lions. Real iced tea, real vodka, no bubbles, no troubles. Tap in with Sun Cruiser. They do have a new variety pack out now in select areas. Hopefully coming here soon. I can't wait to try that. But Sun Cruiser, it's the best in the game. I'm drunk right now.
I'm drunk right now. Check it out.
Check it out.
What up, though? Welcome back to Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spinmo Rax. We got Gordo, the commish, Nick in the building. I'm sorry, Chris. You are not Nick. You are Chris. But he's also in the building. Smash the like button, be
way taller,
and share the stream, and way faster.
Way faster, too.
Way faster.
Who's faster?
You're way faster than Nick, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
dog walk.
Dog walk.
Shout out my booth boy.
All right. Talking Lions.
Yes.
Taylor Decker seemingly putting out a little bit of a hit piece on Brad Holmes and the Detroit Lions. I'll be straight up honest with you. I don't know how I was going to approach this topic because I fuck with Deck. I really do, and I am appreciative of his services. I don't like this. I feel like it was not needed. I feel like a lot of it was really him and his feelings, to be quite honest with you. I mean, that's the business. That's what it is. According to Taylor Decker, he told Brad he wants to come back, but he was told, or his agents were told, that he won't be able to come back unless he agrees to like a pay cut. Yeah. Which Decker wasn't down for. Told Brad he was coming back from retirement. I guess he didn't hear nothing back. First he told Dan on a Wednesday, and Dan was like, sweet, let's talk to Brad. He texted Brad, radio silence. Nothing from Brad. So the team never. Notice the team never said anything about him coming back. Yeah, it was just Taylor Decker
announced it on his Instagram.
By himself.
Yeah,
had announced that he was coming back. Where the Detroit Lions were like, we necessarily don't want you back unless we're going to restructure this deal, which Taylor Decker wasn't down for at that point, and then obviously requested his release.
Yeah,
sped up version of it,
and they did tell him that already, which is like. I kind of understand it from both parties. Like, yeah, Brad Holmes should definitely have responded to him and been like, okay, well, we'll get in here. We'll figure out this contract situation. Yeah. And then Taylor probably would have been more open to it.
Yeah. But he also didn't wait long enough for it to...
He did not wait long enough.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even make contact with Brad before you just asked for he went on Instagram and put out the...
He did. It was like, what, like a week after?
I want to say, a week or two, yeah.
I mean...
And then Brad they're blindsided at that point, you know.
They are, but also, like, he should have responded in a week. At least let the guy know. I don't know. Yeah.
But maybe, I know a lot of situations, like you hear a lot of these guys talking to the media, and they're like, how's your contract negotiation? That's between, him
and my agents.
Exactly. Yeah. That's maybe an agent negotiation more than anything else. But I guess in a way, I'm definitely still disappointed in the Detroit Lions. I feel like Taylor Decker is probably your best option at left tackle unless you were blessed with somebody to fall at you in the draft this year. And Penei Sewell's going to take over that spot, too. We'll talk about that as well. Dan Campbell mentioned that today.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think it was a little bit – I think it was bad on both sides, to be honest with you. But the hit piece wasn't needed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was more like in his feelings.
I agree. I think – but also I think Taylor Decker, for who he is in the locker room and what he's done for this organization, deserves a certain amount of respect from your GM.
For sure.
To at least acknowledge the text. Like you said, Dan texted him right back. Said, cool.
Yeah, and that's
he definitely was in his feelings a little bit because he felt disrespected, and he was kind of disrespected. So he has a reasonable, reason to feel that way. But I don't know. I see it both ways because I also agreed. Would I have wanted Taylor Decker back at $20 million a year? No, probably not. Probably would have gotten a some kind of cut in there, some kind of restructure. But if you're not able to work that out, you don't just ghost the guy. You just tell him, all right, then we're going to move on.
Yeah, so 3 days later after he made the post, mind you, told Danny he's coming back. Never heard nothing back from Brad. Couldn't contain excitement. Made the post. This is from Decker. He says, honestly, the reception made me even more excited to play. I still have that fire. I'm a human being. I'm going to be 33 this year. I played for 10 years, but just to see the fan base was that excited, I was going to continue to play. It was cool for me. 3 days later, things started to unravel. Decker's agent called after speaking to the Lions at the Combine. He said, they told us that they told you they were not going to be coming back unless it was under a pay cut, Decker said. See, the conversation.
And that, I don't like that from the Lions either because he's under contract.
Yeah.
So you don't want him back, then cut him. If you don't want him back, cut him because he's under. What do you mean you're not going to have him back? He's under contract. He's already there. He's on the team.
I feel that I'm somebody who's always represented the organization the right way. I played when it hasn't been in my best interest, but it's been in the best interest of the team. I've had conversations, even this past season, that if you're playing at 70%, that helps us, and it's our best option. So that signified to me, based on what I've seen happen with some other players, that you're not our guy anymore, and if we have the opportunity to move on, even if it's within the season, we'll do it. And so that Decker, called it off. And I broke it up at that point.
Yeah, sounds like he's kind of in his feelings because they disrespected him a little bit.
Which I guess... Fair. I get being pissed off about it, but wait to have the conversation at least. And I get you reached out, and you made a text message, and that is actually extremely fucking annoying when someone doesn't text you back or just you left unread. We all experienced that.
Yep.
Maybe just me. Fucking ain't no. But pick up the phone and call them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Make more of an effort than because we've also all gotten the text message while we're ready to drive or while we're getting ready to do something, or you just read it and then you fucking completely forgot about it because you moved on to the next thing.
This is a little bit more important.
It is a little bit more important, but I don't know. I guess I wait to have that conversation. That's where I'm at with it. Commish?
Yeah. Do you think it's possible that his agent told him, "Hey, you should quickly announce that you're coming back, kind of force this issue, so we can force the Lions to deal with this right before free agency starts"? Well, not even necessarily that. I'm saying more just for the best thing for Taylor. You get the Lions to go through all of this right now, so you still have all summer to potentially sign with somebody. I think, maybe there is some tactfulness with when he announced that he was coming back, because it was pretty quick that he was like, "Oh, my shoulder's hanging on by a thread." I'm like, "Nope, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's play football."
Well, there's that too. So in the same article, shout out to Justin Rogers, by the way. This is all available on the Detroit Football Network via Justin Rogers.
Shout out.
He also mentioned that he is still hurt. And during some, I think it's an MRI or one of those type of scans throughout the offseason, they also realized that he has a torn bicep at some point that was never discovered too that he's dealing with. So in the Detroit Lions defense, I mean, if you are, we had last year happen and you weren't yourself and maybe it's not up to par, the pay cut, it had to be at least $12 million because that's what they got back in cutting him.
Yeah, at least. And
by the way, it was his decision to get cut. He was the one that asked to be released.
Yeah, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan Lions says Larry and Juice never did a hit piece on the team. That's true. That is true. They are. Taylor Decker does have that over them, but yeah, it's all just weird, man. It's a weird way to end a great career. Obviously, it's still we'll see if he plays for another team this year or what's going on there.
Like he's not. Just on some of the stuff he was saying in the article.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
He just wanted to be in Detroit. That's where he wanted. Teams reached out, but he's still mulling the decision if he even wants to do it.
I don't blame him. And I understand how much harder it would be to get it going for another team in a new place and move your family. And his family probably wouldn't even move with him. He would probably just go there for the year and then come back.
And that's the thing, too, right? He was talking about that. Like, I want to be with my family. I want to be a dad.
Yeah.
Are you going to go risk that to go play 1 year in Arizona?
In Houston.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like.
Houston, I might.
Houston, well, yeah, Houston. I might.
$10 million, no income tax.
Yeah. Yeah, I think following his release, Decker said playing in 2026 would require, this is quotes, the right situation. Asked what that might look like, he didn't have an answer. The right situation was supposed to be Detroit. He said some teams reached out in recent weeks, but it's obvious he hasn't fully processed an alternative.
Is this a precursor or an omen
for the season
of SOL?
This
is how the old regime used to end relationships, especially with tenured veteran established pieces. Much like obviously Taylor Decker's not to the level of player as Calvin Johnson or Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
But over the past decade, outside of the new guys or Matt Stafford, he's one of the prominent figures in the organization. Yeah. I saw somebody, I say that because Eazy D 313 said Deck can kiss that ring of fame goodbye.
No,
and
he'll get that.
I don't know if he would have got that, but he would have been, thought about for it. He's in that air. Obviously, it's not as bad as scorning a league legend like Barry Sanders or Calvin Johnson, but it's...
Yeah.
If I'm the Lions 10 years down the road, I'm doing Frank and Taylor in the same... I'm doing them both at the same time.
I don't think either of them will get it.
Really?
I think Taylor might get it.
With the way it ended?
Yeah. If it's in it ugly for everybody. That's been the regime. You know what I'm saying? And it's per him, like he would still love to have that conversation. He still love to come back and be part of the Ring of Honor and stuff like that. But I don't know.
I think it's just it reminds me of the old Lions, and I don't like that.
I feel you, because the other thing too is like he did go before like the final 3-4 years.
Yeah,
he ate the shit.
He did eat the shit,
and he was never in the media talking shit about it. There was a lot of dysfunction going on.
Yeah,
as a leader of the locker room, something like he could have threw everybody on the bus, including a guy who got carried over that he talked about in this article too, that he stood up for to keep a job.
Hank Fraley.
Did get a message from him. He did get a message from or call from
Ben Johnson.
Which is kind of weird.
I think it's disrespectful to like you said, to a guy that has been to the bottom with this team and like you said, was a soldier the whole way and played injured and played well and did 10 years for this team. And I think if you would have handled it differently, he would have been open to contract negotiations.
I agree.
I feel it hard to believe that he would have stomped his foot. No, I'm not taking a pay cut at all. Either cut me or I'm playing for the whole month. Like, I doubt that would be there. I think if you would have handled it more professionally or just better, you could have worked something out for the best of both parties, which would be Taylor Decker playing on this team next year for a lesser amount of money.
Exactly. I think that's a part that annoys me with Lions fans, and I get it. They do this with everything. Anytime a Lion departs, he sucked anyway.
Yep.
Anytime a new piece comes in, he's going to be the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread. You see this guy? Like, it's crazy shit. Like, no, losing Decker was an L for the team.
Yeah,
it's not good. Penei Sewell was the left tackle we're talking about. Yeah, sure, that's fine. But Larry Bohm being your starting tackle as of now, it's not great.
Not great,
to be honest with you. And it's so much so where Dan Campbell talked about it schematically today, I guess, where he was talking about he wants to move Penei to the left because Goff can have some comfort that even though he can't see there because it's going to be his blind side, that the best blocker on the fucking team is the one holding it down. So if he sees a linebacker creep, Penei's over there. Now the guys in front of you, if they fuck up, you at least can visually see, I got to get the fuck out of here. They got to step up, get rid of the ball.
Run. I've already come to terms with Penei Sewell left tackle next year. We're going to get into that, though. We got to go to break. We do have Dan Campbell's thoughts about that and what's going on. But first, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where we mean everybody, can get a full body workout in 30 minutes. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month. Or you can upgrade to the Black Card and get you some amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,700 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
And let me tell you people about Buddy's Pizza. Detroit, listen up. The best unofficial holiday of the year is coming up this Friday. The Tigers are opening their season at Comerica Park, and Woodward Sports is taking over downtown. We're kicking the things off with live broadcasts all morning long for the Grand Slam Opening Day Festival. Come hang out with us, talk baseball, and get fired up from game time. And when the game starts at 1 p.m., head over to Buddy's Pizza in downtown Detroit for our live watch party. Come get a slice of the best pizza in town, grab a cold drink, and watch the Tigers kick the season off with us. Friday, April 3rd, Detroit baseball is back. Come celebrate with us.
Shout out.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports Live, WoodwardSports.com. Easy watch more Rex. Young Chris, Nicholas, Kohloff is not here, so we have Commish holding down the TD booth. Yep. We got some sound from Dan Campbell at the owners' meeting. Since we're just talking about Taylor Decker, let's jump into the Larry Bourne video.
All right. Is that the Cade Mays one, or is that the other one?
The other one.
All right.
Obviously, are a draft, develop, and resign. And when you have the success that you guys had with that early on, there just becomes a point where it's going to tax you financially a little bit. And there's guys that you've re-signed, there's guys that you're going to re-sign. And just talk about the strategy when you have 7, 8 Pro Bowl caliber players, right? You know, your core guys, just trying to build and find the right pieces around that core, and just maybe some of the constraints that comes with that, some of the difficulties in finding ways to do that.
Well, it is. It becomes different, and you know, when it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We did what we said we wanted to do, man. Our core is going to be guys that they were homegrown. We found them, and they got into our program, and they became what we are, and they're the ones who hold the standards for the rest of the team. So we got the hard part.
Yeah.
We got the hard part. Now, when you sign a lot of those guys to a contract, or for most teams, you sign a quarterback, that takes up a lot of the cap. We have a quarterback, and he's damn good, and that's great. But then you've got to be, you know, man, we got to hit on these free agents. You know, you got to be much more creative with what you do. They got to be able to fit you. It's got to be cost effective, cost efficient as much as possible, because you just don't. But that's part of the fun too, is finding those guys that fit. But listen, we wouldn't have it any other way. Brad and myself, this is exactly what we said we were going to do. And like I said, we got the hard part.
Shout out to Tim Twentyman.
Shout out to Tim Twentyman. I mean, we knew this part of it. But they did say that's the plan: draft, develop, re-sign, which they've done. They're doing. It's just now you're gonna have these weird little gap years where you have Larry Bourne starting at tackle.
this is what we knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we're not crashing out. Like we see, other people crashing out, or, different reporters finally coming to terms with what's going on in this situation, because we knew this was going to happen. Like, yeah, that's what happens when you draft Pro Bowlers and all pros, is you have to sign them, and then the well runs dry. And then you can't have your Alex Anzalone as your third linebacker. You can't have DJ Reader as your third defensive tackle. You can't have all these guys coming in and out making plays, because you don't have the money to afford it. And different teams can. We've talked about, cash-rich owners that can kick the can down the road and free up cap space 1 year to give a guy $15 million, but the Lions are not in that situation. So where they are is continuing this approach and hoping every draft pick turns out to be a player. Because you had your shot when you didn't have the financial restraints, when you didn't have the cap restrictions, when you had these players on young contracts, and you didn't go all in. So now you got to do it organically.
There's some of this that wasn't in the Tim 20-minute video, because he sat down with the media for 35 minutes and then gave Tim 20-minute a team reporter piece as well. But in the sit-down period, he was talking about just getting younger, getting prove-it guys.
Yeah.
He said when you fall short in certain areas, feel like certain pieces need to fall off, and you grab somebody that's hungrier. And he said he'd prefer to have someone who's hungry for the spot than someone who's talented. Which is, faces.
Crazy.
Well, he said sometimes. This is what this is. He says, look, everybody. He says, look, everybody wants talent, Campbell continued. We all want talent. But it's always nice to have a little bit of saltiness to you over the talent that lacks saltiness, because that's the kind of what we are in 22, what we were in 22. That's a little bit of it. And in part 23, we had talent, but we had some salty guys, and we were highly competitive, and we were willing to make it work, figure it out, and just so a little bit of that edge, get a little bit of that back of that, get a little bit of that edge back, and some of that comes with youth. Now with youth, you're going to have some of the stuff that gets frustrating, the mental mistakes, but we believe we can get them there as a staff and with the rest of the players we have now. It's kind of hard to read his quotes because he is like all over the place when he speaks.
Yeah, he is.
If you're relating it to 23, that team was snippy.
Yeah.
That team was hungry. That team wasn't taking no bullshit. They were coming in and they were punching them out every single time. I remember that. And the toughness didn't necessarily go away, but like I feel like the hunger maybe did after 24. It felt a little bit like we got a little bit too big for our britches. All due respect to Amon-Ra started the podcast. People starting to get paid a little bit. Like I could get with that. I could buy into that.
I think it's natural to a point. That's also a reflection of Dan Campbell. Like, that's your job, is to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Is to make sure that these guys don't get complacent. And he's tried. He's done everything right. He's kept pushing them the same way. He said this might have been our only chance after the NFC Championship game to try to shock these guys.
Oh.
But guys do get paid, and guys get less hungry. It's what happens. And maybe stop the podcasting. Maybe stop the different things like that and go back to the drawing board, because – yeah, you do need some dog in you, but that doesn't mean you can just shy away from talent. I think I would rather have a more talented player that I can get some hunger out of than a hungry player that's devoid of talent. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens, but we're going to be the hungriest team in the league next year. We fucking better. You didn't make the playoffs. You were last in your division. And if this core doesn't stay healthy, which the news about fucking the preseason stuff, that pissed me off.
Yeah, it's something too. But the other thing, I guess, getting back to what you're saying too, is like, okay, get the grittiness, and I'm fair. I could be sold in that. Like I just said, like I
like my team gritty.
Yeah, I feel like they're a little bit gritty, a little bit salty. Like there was that. And 24, they feel like they got done dirty. In the 23 championship game, they came back hungry for it. Fought their asses off despite losing half their team to injury. All that was there. My only ask is when you return back to that form, that 2023 form, where you're hungry for it, and it's driving you, come trade deadline, the spots where you have maybe that young guy that's not ready to go, trade for the talent at that point. Put a talented guy there. Because talent still wins you games.
I just don't think they're going to do it, man.
Talent still helps you. I think at this point, I think it's going to be it has to be something you learn from. And you might be right though, Spinny, because this isn't the same team. All those guys were on rookie contracts. That was the time.
The draft picks are too important now.
You're right. But again, if it's going to be a guy that's going to get free agent next year, just a rental.
Yeah, if you could do a Jalen Phillips thing where you trade a third and get a third back, perfect. Those are the contracts that you're going to have to find.
GMsmanship.
Those are the contracts you're going to have to find because you're not anybody you trade for, you're not going to re-sign them. So you're going to have to get that. You want to talk about hungry. You want to talk about guys that are going to play hungry. A guy on an expiring deal coming to a team to try to show the league, hey, I deserve a contract. I don't know a hungrier player in the NFL than a guy like that.
That's everyone they signed this year. Larry Bourne,
but
1
they're
year
not
deal.
good.
DJ One 1 year deal. They'd sign those guys.
I meant deadline.
Ones they can afford.
Yeah, but you need talent as well. Like, this is, again, a front office member in this town looking me in my eyes and telling me it's not good to have good players on your team. I can't get with that shit, man. I can't get jiggy with that shit.
I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I understand where he's coming from, but, like, just because they're hungry doesn't mean they're good. You got to have some talent. And I think the guys that we got to have some talent. I'm just.
All right, let's go to break. Coming back. Let's talk about some of the talent we did get. He talked about Cade Mays. He talked about Larry Bourne. We're getting all that and more. But first, we got to pay some bills, Spinny. And that bill is BlackRock. And I'll tell you about it right now. Listen, right now, during happy hour, you can be watching the heavyweights while you're eating steak and get a grand old deal on that said steak. Because on Tuesdays, they got the Tasty Tuesday deal for just $13.99. You feast on a half pound of ribs, coconut shrimp, and fries. And if you miss out then, again, happy hours, Sizzling Thursdays at BlackRock, got a 6-ounce sirloin, shrimp scampi, and your choice of soup or salad and a side, all for only $19.99. It's not just a meal, it's an experience. Check them out at theblackrockrestaurants.com. We'll be at Sault Ste. Marie, April 17th.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com and find a store near you carrying the best product in the game. You heard of the high-low pre-rolls. You heard of the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas. Now they've got their own line of concentrates. Their Blue Night Live Rosin is elite. Go check it out. And if you don't like the super heavy stuff, you don't like the keefs, the waxes, the concentrates, they've got flower-only pre-rolls as well. So just go to getmadpacks.com to find a store near you carrying it. Mad flavor, mad high. Mad Packs.
What up, though? Welcome back to Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. Easy to my spin more racks.
What up, though?
Mish, Chris in the building. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream.
Share.
We got Dan Campbell talking about Cade Mays and Larry Bourne. We can start with which one you have in front of you, Rook. I'm down.
Yep, I got you. 1 second here. We're going to go Cade Mays first.
Cade Mays.
We felt like he really has grown. I mean, he's only played the center in the NFL for, really 2 years, if you will. Kind of came into his own and just really propelled himself, got better and better. We felt like he had a heavy anchor in there in pass pro. He can fit into the combinations. We don't feel like we're restricted run game wise. Like, we can't run wide zone with this. We feel like he can do everything, and we do feel like he upgrades us from where we were, and that's important. So that gives us a pivotal piece in the middle. It gives us some stability.
I'm with him. I mean, that's the home run hit of the free agency, to be honest with you. I am more happy with Cade Mays at this level contract than I would have been with Tyler Linderbaum at that contract, to be honest with you. I think that's a ridiculous amount of money to pay a center. I think Cade Mays isn't far off of what Tyler Linderbaum missed, especially if you go back and watch the Monday Night Football game against us on the defensive line that we said, you saw, fail to get pressure unless it's like a scrambling quarterback.
Shout out Jack Campbell.
I think that's a home run hit, and I do think there's level of growth. Like Dan Campbell said, he's only played center for 2 years.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people like, I don't like the run grades. I don't mind him. I think he's going to a better run-blocking team with better pieces around him. They are. The Detroit Lions finished higher in rushing yards and rushing yards per run. And I think he's going to a better coach team as well. So I think that experience alone will allow him to be better.
Yeah, I know.
And just the growth, too.
Yeah.
Natural growth.
I agree. And, again, this wasn't like the, we got an all-pro center type of signing that you were wanting, but I think this is one of the ones that will work out for Brad Holmes. One of the, I don't want to say bargain bin because he was, a top 5 center on the market, but a swing low type of thing that I think is going to work out because, he wasn't this highly touted prospect. He didn't play center for all this. He was cut like 2 years ago. So it was a little bit of, I don't want to say disparaged stock going in, but he wasn't the, first-round pick, multiple-time Pro Bowl type of guy. But he could potentially grow into that. At least he's going to be better than Graham Glasgow. Yeah. And no disrespect to Graham, but
Dan said it too.
Yeah,
he's a huge upgrade.
He's a huge upgrade last year. He is on a upwards trajectory, and he'll be able to grow with Tate Ratledge. He'll be able to grow with whoever's on the other side of him, and it's a good signing. I like it.
DNC, you can't effing say a better run-blocking team. We haven't even seen half our offensive line play together.
That's true. You don't even know who half the offensive line is.
Which is fair. Well, here is a piece that may start. Dan Campbell told around it. Let me know what your opinion on it.
Larry Borum, another guy up front. Obviously, the offensive line was a focus for you guys. Just getting it back to where you were 2023, 2024 levels. Larry Borum, 38 starts in this league, I believe. Is he a guy that you guys think can Larry Borum, another guy up front. Obviously, the offensive line was a focus for you guys. Just getting it back to where you were 2023, 2024 levels. Larry Borum, 38 starts in this league, I believe. Is he a guy that you guys think can come in and start and be a guy that's that caliber player for you?
We like Larry a lot, and he was another guy we identified that was able to. Man, he can play swing tackle. I thought he did a nice job at Miami last year. He started for them at right tackle and really held his own. And it was the best season he's had, overall. But has continued to get better. So he really gives us flexibility between, if we didn't believe that he was a guy that could start, then we wouldn't do it. But we also know, all right, if that's not quite it, he is a swing tackle and can play jumbo tight end. Yeah. He gives us so much flexibility at a baseline. He gives us a floor, and we like him, and we feel like he fits us too.
So from there, Spinny, my personal opinion, I don't think the search is done. I think obviously right now on pen and paper, Larry Borum starting right tackle for you, and that's we don't have the whole media piece of Dan Campbell sitting down, but he spoke on Penei Sewell moving to the left. That make Larry your right, and it makes sense. He explained it too. Penei's got the blind side. Jared Goff can see Larry fucking up in front of him. He can decide what to do from there. Step up, run, throw it, whatever that may be. But Dan Campbell, again, we've obviously, if a tackle falls in the draft, you're taking him.
Yes.
But I think this goes beyond that too. I mean, he's speaking with this type of certainty where there's going to be some type of competition in there that maybe you're waiting for some scrap heap guys, maybe Trent Williams. I'm praying for, Lord, please. Jay Nibby help me on that one. But I like that, though, because Larry Borum
I think this is where we see some of the kind of conflicting opinions of Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes.
Yeah, and that's exactly the one I told you Dan should be pissed off about. You told me I got to coach this team, and you give me this guy as my fucking starting tackle? I'd be pissed off too.
Because I find it really hard to believe that Dan is cool with them cutting Taylor Decker. I find it really hard to believe, and obviously, as he just said, he's not comfortable saying Larry Borum is your starter next year because he's not that good. I wanted him to be a swing tackle. I think Dan wants him to be a swing tackle, and that means they got to draft a tackle in the first round. I think Brad Holmes views this as that's your starting tackle unless one falls to us or unless I make a move. And I think if Larry Borum is starting at tackle week 1 for the Lions, Dan Campbell's going to be pretty upset.
Yeah. This is exactly when people say, oh, no, they disagree. Matter of fact, I believe to open up the press conference in there, he said he's been in a bunker with Brad Holmes going at it.
Yeah.
That's good. Good. You want the disagreement because as much as we love Brad, some shit needs to be corrected.
Yes.
Like the Larry Borum situation. And no, hate the Larry Borum. If he starts, he starts. It is what it is. But, like, it's not ideal. He's a backup on the Miami Dolphins. Could you guys, before we read it to you, maybe remember when Spinney read it, could you tell me who the guy ahead of him was?
No.
No, because the Miami's don't have good tackles. He was a backup to that guy.
Yeah.
He was a backup in Chicago. Well, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Larry Borum's coming in, down from the heavens, is going to be better than fucking what Taylor Decker was at 70%. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I believe, that's one of the things they're probably going back and forth on.
Yeah, he said he played good at right tackle when he played for Miami, which he played pretty well when he was there. But also when Tim Twentyman straight up asked him, hey, is this your starting tackle? He said, we really like Larry. He didn't say, yes, he is starting tackle. Because he doesn't want him to be starting tackle. I don't want him to be starting tackle, and you shouldn't want him to be starting tackle.
No.
You should want them to bring in a better player, whether it's in the draft or one of these, nomads that you get for a 1-year deal that's better than Larry Borum. Because remember, even if he's the starting tackle, then that means that Giovanni Manu is your swing tackle. What number is that guy?
Swing, bada.
Because you need that too. Like, you remember how much better the offense looked when Decker and Skipper were back?
Yeah.
And you had that extra tackle and you could run that type of offense, especially without the pass protection of David Montgomery now. Yeah. You need more big bodies out there than ever. And if 2 of those bodies are Larry Borum and Giovanni Manu,
bodies?
Jared Goff better get that 40 time in check.
He's watching Nick's videos for tips.
Yeah.
I believe when Larry was brought in, they told him you're going to have an opportunity to start, or opportunity to compete to start. And we just don't know who that other competing piece is. Because I can straight up tell you with a straight face, damn sure ain't no fucking Giovanni Manu. Maybe it is, then we're fucked. But
that's like, again, you guys know I think they should draft a tackle no matter what. But I don't think they're going to. If they stay at 17, and unless one of those guys from Houston falls. I don't think they will. Hydra Tortas, Larry's in town, says Saskatchewan Lion.
Well,
town of Gordie Howe.
Shout out.
I did not know that.
From Saskatchewan, eh?
Jesse Woodward, he said Larry adds great depth. I don't think he said that. Did he?
I mean, like,
he danced around if he doesn't work at starting tackle. He could be a swing tackle.
I'm cool with him playing swing tackle.
Yeah,
I'm cool with
sure.
him being your backup tackle.
That's where you want him.
I do not want him starting.
Nick ran slower than Goff. I seen it. Y'all recorded it.
Yeah,
he did.
That's true. But he still tried to act
but he
like
says
he
modern
won.
day Goff ain't doing that. Yeah, that's pretty fucking hilarious.
Jaden Ivey his way through that one.
He did. And they dipped off to Houston.
Yeah, now he's twerking at a club.
Yeah, I think that's the thing where they're disagreeing is the tackle spot.
Yeah,
because hearing the way Brad talked about it, Brad was like, "Yeah, he started.
We got Larry.
Yeah, he started.
Dan's
we like him a lot.
Yeah,
and that's the other thing too is like when you hear Brad's explanation, and maybe a commercial, maybe have rookie grab it, but like he's talking about him playing right tackle. Dan's explanation is if you can't play right tackle, you play swing tackle, and kind of playing more into the swing tackle stuff than anything.
He should be your swing tackle. You should draft a tackle in the first round. That should start for you, and it's probably going to be a right tackle. I'm fine with that now. I've accepted that.
Shout out to Matt Broder.
Shout out.
Goes to my gym. Didn't know that till today. Shout out. But it's just Spinney, Eazy. How will this Lions fan base react if the Lions draft a linebacker and a guard with the first 2 picks?
I'll tell you how I'd react.
I know how I would react. I'd be fairly disappointed.
I would be upset.
Oh, it's like Sonny Styles.
Unless it's Sonny Styles and the
Vega.
guard I wouldn't be too mad at.
Yeah, Vega wouldn't be too pissed off.
But If it's like a tight end or a wide receiver, then I'm going to be with Sean marching in the streets. But it's not going to happen. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. If Brad does that, he's not going to do that. I don't even want to say it. He's going to get the best trench player there, I believe. Whether it's a tackle, whether it's an end, whether it's an interior defensive lineman, he's going to get the biggest, fattest, not fattest, but just meanest, best trench player there. And if it's defense, I can't be mad. If the number 2 defensive tackle in the draft is sitting there and he takes him over the 4th or 5th best tackle, I'm not going to be mad at it. But if he takes the number 1 tight end, I will be. Like, flat out. If he decides to go with the 2nd best edge rusher in the 1st round over the 4th best tackle, I'm not going to be mad at even
trenches, man.
Even a linebacker or a safety. I could wrap my mind around.
What about defensive tackle?
Defensive tackle, yeah, it's fine. I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't like it because you already have a lot invested to the defensive tackle position by the tune of a $20 million one and a first-round pick.
6th highest paid defensive tackle in the National Football
And a first-round pick.
Yeah, and a first-round pick. Yeah,
But
go trenches. Hopefully goes trenches.
Gotta go trenches.
Hopefully someone's there at trenches too. That's part of it as well. All right, we do got to go to break. We do have some other stuff from Dan Campbell, some quotes, if you will. Maybe the defensive scheme changing that we've been asking for too. But first, let me tell you guys about Gold Crown's Royal Junior Jesters. I smoked one before heading in today. Came in, and I laughed at Jaden and Ivy talking about apple pies for about 10 minutes straight.
Shout out.
Yeah, it was glorious. I recommend it. Highly recommended to turn your frown upside down. It's the Royal Junior Jesters. 3.5 grams, coated in keef, infused with rosin to get you where you need to be. Smoke like royalty only with Gold Crowns.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Shout out to Sam Adams Cherry Wheat brewed with real Michigan cherries. I was pounding these boys at Art and Jake's for the watch party, so make sure you get some yourself. Mondays, Thursdays, Sundays, any Art and Jake's location, $5 shorts of Sam Adams Cherry Wheat. So make sure you go check it out. It's Sam Adams.
What up, though? Welcome back to Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. Easy about Spin Raxter, the commish, Chris, smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. One of the biggest things that we've been bitching about this offseason is a change in defensive scheme. I get it worked to a certain extent with AG. Last year didn't, with the absence of AG. With Shep holding it down, and the press man coverage stuff, we didn't have the pass rush to apply it. And nor the healthy people back there to help
or
it.
the secondary.
Maybe he kept Kirby back and Branch. Yeah, sure. Maybe you could do that stuff. But even then, there were games with those guys there. We're still getting killed a little bit. Justin Rogers asked Dan Campbell about that because you lost Alex Anzalone, who's the 11th man in your defense and your third linebacker. You lost Amik Robinson, who was that nickel defensive back. Here's what Dan Campbell had to say. This is a quote I'm reading from another video. It says, you're like, all right, what did we do well? What did we not? Where did we go from here? This is who we lost. Here are some pieces that we added. What do we need? Campbell said, referencing his offseason self-scout meetings with his defensive staff. And so really, the way Shep's done it, which I love, is we've kind of given ourselves options. He referred to Levon Enrique as a big end, so he'll be playing defensive end opposite of Hutch on first downs. He referred to Wanham as a rush end, meaning he was probably more like a pass rush type of guy, so he can still set the rush. We've got 3 options as to where we can go with this, Campbell said. It's still us, but it gives us options depending on who the other defensive end is. Okay, we got Wanham. Do we draft somebody? All right, what does that look like? Are we more of a 4 down front, or do we become more of a 5 down front? Do we become more nickel depending on – this is I feel like
this is insane.
Defense. Those aren't really answers, brother.
No, he's saying, yeah, we could play any defense. They're running the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, I can go 3 ways here with my personnel. It's still the same install, but now we've got different pieces. That quote, actually. All right, we can go 3 ways here with my personnel. It's still the same install, but now we've got the pieces to put them where we want, whether that's a nickel, it's a big end, or it's a linebacker. So we're kind of flexible here. I will say this about the Seattle Seahawks defense. It was that where if they didn't have the extra linebacker, defensive end, they'd have Amon-Ra come down and play that role. But do we have that guy? No. I don't know.
Who is that? Brian Branch isn't coming back until mid-season at best, I would say.
Yeah,
I know people are saying he's coming back early, but like early is still probably November from when he got hurt. Kirby, we don't know. I mean, I hope he stays healthy, but again, he's a coin flip every snap. You don't have now who was the best pass coverage linebacker in the NFL over the past 3 years.
Alex Anzalone.
Who's doing it? Is Malcolm going to do that? Are you trusting Malcolm that much?
So this is where it kind of might force his hand. This is the very end of this blurb here. It says, yes, we love base defense. It dictates, but not if we don't have the personnel to play base. We still got work to do, too, so there's no secret there.
All right, well, sounds like
I'd like to hear.
Sounds like Shep's going to have his work cut out for him, and we are going to see if he is the offensive mind that he's been talked about, or defensive mind that he's been talked about, because he is going to have to adjust mid-game with different personnel and different packages to put the defense in the best situation, because they don't have the talent or the bodies to just run a specific base defense. They have to adapt with what the other team's showing them, and that means there's going to be a lot of moving parts. So
with a lot of new pieces at important positions,
you're going to have to make sure you don't have a 12 men on the field or 10 men on the field situation, because it's going to be a lot of people coming on and off the sidelines.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel bad for Shep.
I mean, I don't feel bad for Shep. This is the job. This is what you got to do. You've been given this runway. They believed in you. They propped you up. They gave you the promotion ahead of schedule, out of necessity at some point, but also because they believed in you. So you got to go out there and you got to prove that you're ready to swing with the big boys. We'll see. This is a big prove-it year for a lot of different factors in the Lions. Who am I to say whether or not Kelvin Shepherd can do it or not? He hasn't proven that he can or can't. It's 1 year into doing this.
It's such a weird spot to be in, because in one hand, you were 30 minutes away from a Super Bowl with an offensively strong team in 23. But that defense was kind of dick, especially the secondary. Cam Sutton, garbage. That was your number one guy.
Jerry Jacobs,
all due respect, out of the league. You know what I'm saying? 30 minutes away from Super Bowl that way. But then there's the stat that Jeff brought to Brad Holmes, 8 of the last 10 Super Bowl champions, top 10 defenses. It's like, I feel like we're strongly neglecting that side of the ball.
But again, I don't think we are. I just think it's injuries. You look at these contracts and these draft picks. You've got a first-round pick with a $40 million contract at edge. You've got a third-round pick with a $20 million contract at tackle. Another first-round pick at tackle.
In the chat.
You've got a first-round pick at linebacker. You've got a first-round pick, a $14 million guy, a $20 million guy, and another second-round pick in your secondary. You've invested into it. It's just they die. And that's what Dan Campbell needs to change. He needs to do everything possible to make sure these guys stay healthy.
Phil C. AG was a secondary guy. Shep was a linebacker guy. It's different.
That is true, too.
Oddly enough, I mean, that's why they finally invested in secondary when Shep took over. I mean, I guess they have in the past. It's never worked out. They need to change this scheme.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You
I think
can't
so,
be
too.
out there in base, especially the amount of times people are passing the ball now, too. Unless you're playing one of those 13 personnel teams. But
They
we
need to
gotta
lean
actually-
into zone coverage more. And they need to Aleem McNeil, like, I think the two key players on this defense this year are Aleem McNeil and Kirby Joseph. If they regain their form, you got just as much talent on your defense as anybody else. If those guys get back to who they are. Remember who you are. But, yeah, they need Kirby to stay healthy, and they need Aleem to not play edge and to be a dominant interior defensive lineman like he once was.
The goalie monkey, peptides. Yeah, we got to get Kirby on the peps for sure.
Kirby's got to get on the peps.
We got to get Kirby on the peps. Branch in the peps.
Branch on the peps would be scary.
Aleem, why not?
Why not?
Aleem might be on the peps
I actually
already.
was talking to somebody. I think it was Jeff. Who? Listen, I love Jeff. All right, obviously not a professional athlete, but we were talking. Actually, you were there too. We were talking to Jeff about him tearing his ACL, and he said it took him like a year to like get his full like range of movement back. So I'm hoping Aleem McNeil does come back to form at some point. It just hurt because you saw him in the Buccaneers game. He looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
And after that, it was like, where'd you go, brother? We need you. And they're also put him at edge too, which didn't help his case. That was nuts.
I don't even want to think about him at edge. I might throw
disgusting
my
work.
remote through my TV if I ever see Aleem McNeil playing edge.
That was gross stuff.
Well, I mean, who's your backup edge rushers now? Lacey and Hassanin?
Ahmed
I don't know if Lacey's on the team
Hassanin.
anymore. Is he?
I think so.
Hassanin, though, maybe works out.
Woo!
The Scorpion King.
We gotta
the
pray to the
Egyptian
sun god.
magician. How many nicknames do we have for him? Which one did you like best? I kind of like the Scorpion King.
Plays a snap.
Here comes plays a snap.
That'd be the one I like the most. Plays football. That's a good nickname. I think that should be the nickname of our entire defense, whether it be edge rushers or cornerbacks. How about plays football?
I mean, we basically had that with Legion of Whom.
Yeah. I mean,
Fuck. You can't have shit in Detroit, man.
Let's talk about the preseason stuff next.
All right.
Because that's...
Let's go to
I
break.
liked the first part of it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I was like, okay, that's cool. Second part of it, what the fuck are we doing?
Had me in the first half.
Had me in the first half, not going to lie. Tell us about Thrive, Chris.
Let me tell you about Thrive. Listen up. If you're tired of that midday crash from sugar energy drinks, it's time to level up with Thrive energy pouches. Made right here in the USA, Thrive delivers fast-acting energy and elite cognitive focus using all natural caffeine. The best part, all clean, all energy, zero sugar, absolutely zero crash. Grab Thrive Energy in wintergreen, peach, peppermint, and cinnamon. Scan the QR code on the screen right now, or go to dipstop.com and grab a tin. Use promo code WSN at checkout and get 15% off your entire order. Seriously, guys, these just work.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
We talk about sports every day, wins, losses, pressure, expectations, but real life, that's not always easy. At Woodward Sports, you're never alone, and neither is your mental health journey. Pure Psychiatry provides personalized psychiatric care designed specifically for you, not a cookie-cutter plan. With 16 locations in Michigan and 2 in Ohio, they make getting help accessible and comfortable. If you've been thinking about taking that first step, visit PurePsychMI.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports Live.
Necklace gave me shoulder
WoodwardSports.com,
cramps,
Eazy
pinky
North
rings,
Rex.
show advance.
We got Goro in the building, Chris in the building. Smash the like button, be a friend,
I'm a
tell a
trap,
friend, and share
Ethan.
the
Better
stream.
watch your hoe.
Dan Campbell at the owners' meeting today. Let me grab this. I don't have a video of it, so I have to read it out loud. I sent it in the group chat. It's Dan Campbell on joint practices.
Yeah.
Campbell said Lions could play their starters more in preseason games this summer to account for the reps they'll miss by not having joint practices, something they've gotten away from in recent years. Spinny, you had thoughts?
So I saw the original report of, them not doing joint practices this year, and I was like, okay, cool. Because Dan Campbell has come out and said, we need to change some things. And I think outside of schematics defensively, the biggest thing they need to change is how they practice and the way they take care of their players' bodies and the risk of injury that they put these guys at. Because obviously when you have a historic amount of injuries since you've taken over as a regime, it's not just coincidence at that point. It's something you are actively doing that is making you more injured than any other team has ever been in a similar stretch. So it's like, cool, get rid of the joint practices, whatever. It's not as important. It's not what you need as much. But then he goes out there and he says that they're going to play their starters in the preseason. And that is just idiotic to me. Because if Jahmyr Gibbs gets a fucking injury in the preseason, I will lose my mind. There is no fucking way Jahmyr Gibbs, Penei Sewell, Kirby Joseph, Aiden Hutchinson, Jared Goff, any of those guys should sniff a preseason game. You should be limiting the amount of reps that they have to put on their bodies. Period. Flat out. Like I said, this isn't a coincidence at this point. This isn't, it's bad luck that the Detroit Lions are riddled with these injuries. No, this is a consistent theme with this regime since they've taken over, that they suffer more injuries than any other team in the NFL, and it's not even close. So it's something they are doing actively that leads to more injuries. And Dan Campbell said that needs to change. Things need to change. This was one of them. Take away the joint practices. Awesome. I don't need to see it. It was cool. It was fun. I loved going to them.
I loved them.
I don't need to see the fights. I don't need to see guys going against players that they don't share a locker room with, because there is a different mental aspect of that. If you're going live against guys on your team, you pull back a little bit. When it's other guys, they don't fucking care. So don't even introduce that to my team. Fine. But if you play any of your starters at all in the preseason, I think it's laughable and it's a joke. Because imagine going into a season that you traded David Montgomery before, and you have Jahmyr Gibbs getting snaps in the preseason. Not a fucking chance.
Yeah, I like joint practice better. I just think it's a more controlled environment. Obviously, anything can happen, and you're still having live reps in those joint practices. But at least I know from Jahmyr Gibbs, there isn't some fucking linebacker,
6th round pick.
Yeah, who's on the 4th year of his deal, who's already a 3rd rounder, still trying to put something on tape to prove himself. And going out and hurting Jahmyr Gibbs. At least in a combined practice or joint practice, I know I got my stars going against your stars, and that shit's not happening. There's still that little bit of respect. No one's doing nothing dirty, I guess I should say. I don't like it either.
I think it's laughable. And I hope to God it's just if you want to put Cade Mays out there to give him some reps in the preseason, fine. Tate, fine. If anybody that you have signed to a long-term contract plays a snap in the preseason, that is ridiculous. They are way too big of an investment to be putting their joints and limbs on the line for exhibition football.
Who knows? Maybe those guys still sit, but
I hope so.
I don't know.
If I see Jahmyr Gibbs in preseason, I'll lose my mind. Like, if any one person can't play in the preseason, it's him. Because of the load that running backs take, and because of what he needs to be in this offense next year. Pause.
No Monty. Go ahead, Commish.
The one thing I would say is, what if we get like 2 divisional games? Yeah, week 1 and 2. The division NFC North is pretty nuts. Like, everybody's kind of around the same pace. Maybe the Packers fell a little bit, but if we have these early, really important games, can we afford for our guys to be rusty coming out and how much do you buy into that?
I don't buy into that at all. I don't think a series in a preseason is going to make the difference of you coming out flat the first game of the year. I don't. Like, Jared Goff being out there for 5 snaps is going to make the difference between him being prepared for the Green Bay Packers week 1. I don't subscribe to that at all. Maybe for the younger guys, but not for veterans, especially not for a quarterback who's been in the system for 5 years now. You're not going to get me with that one. Unless you're like, yeah, we're having them play the whole game because they need to be ready. Then, okay, you're out of your mind, but you actually believe that. You can't tell me that them going out there for a series is going to make any difference in how prepared they are for week 1.
DNC puts it perfectly, too. Kirby's playing on one knee.
Yeah.
More reps for you, bucko. I think there's going to be some logic in, like, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kirby Joseph, Aiden Hutchinson. I think they'll go about that the right way. If they do play starters, I think it'll be 1 series. So I'm not tripping too hard, but you still don't like it. I still rather be controlled. And I get there's fights. Maybe it's a pain in the ass for you, but whatever. My opinion is they'll probably go that route. They'll play the 1 series and be done. And I'm fine with that for the most part. It is.
Yeah, if it's just, if it's regular like that, like if they're playing a series and they're fine, whatever. Yeah, you got to do that.
Don't keep me in
But if you got them out there for a half or even a quarter,
yeah,
like no way, dude.
We saw, didn't Tom Brady come in? Did he win the MVP that year? He was suspended a few games.
I think so.
That is Tom Brady, though.
It's Tom Brady, yeah.
So it's not really fair to compare. All right. Go to break. We got some Pistons, maybe, some Tiger stuff, or some more Lion stuff. I feel
mailbag.
Like bitching the entire time. And we got mailbag as well. That's right.
Yeah, we can talk Pistons. I want to end it because, I mean, Tigers, it's a high note, too. They won their first series. JV on the mound tonight. That'll be exciting. But, yeah, let's end it on a positive note because, I don't know, man. It's been a long weekend. It's been a long day.
We'll do like a Tigers-Pistons mix.
Yeah.
With mailbag.
Okay.
Spenny is manic, says Detroit hitter. Hey, I'm getting there, dude. I'm getting there.
How you feel about apple pie?
I love apple pie. It's tasty. It's tasty.
God gave us apple pie.
Yeah. I don't hate you, though, if you sinned in your life. So have I. It's okay.
The goalie monkey, are you guys doing a Tigers watch party tonight? No. Nick is out of town. He doesn't love you.
And it's like the game starts at like 9:30.
Also, yes, no watch party for the Pistons today either against the Thunder because it is a rest day for the Pistons, so it'll be a rest day for Woodward Pistons. No Duran. Well, last I saw Duran was doubtable. Excuse me. I don't know if they gave him
he's
official.
out.
Okay, out.
He's out.
He's out. Duncan Robinson, I know, was
Stu's
out. Yep, Stu's out. So it's a maintenance day for Pistons and everything Pistons.
Dennis takeover. Dennis versus SGA.
Dennis Jenkins was like plus 440 for over 25 points.
Do I have
put the house on it?
Yeah, I mean somebody's got to get up shots.
Yeah.
Spenny, do I have a lock for the Tigers game? I'll think about that and we'll get to that after break. I'm gonna watch that game. It doesn't start until like they're playing Arizona though, so it starts like 9:30 or something like that. But I'll think of something. I like torque in this one. Back in Arizona, back at home. Maybe not a bomb. You could go bomb if you want, but I like torque 2+ bases in this one.
How you feel about JV?
JV pitched well against Arizona last year. Only let up 2 runs in 2 appearances, so I'm excited to see him back on the mound. I'm staying up for it for sure. All right, let me tell you about Dr. Pierce. Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy at DMAC Trust. Dr. Jeff Pierce here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. For more information, give him a call at 248-426-9944 or visit him at MichiganSportsandSpine.com.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You can get a hot leather neck shave, a scalp massage, a hot towel treatment, all of that wrapped into one in the King's treatment. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. It's wicked awesome.
Buongiorno. It's the mailbag segment. Might fit a little Pistons in. Y'all don't get no questions in. Might fit a little Tigers in it. Y'all don't get no questions in. But we do have a mailbag started with DNC-ENT. He says, Detroit sports duo, Mount Rushmore. I can make a case for 3/4 of Lions duels, 2 Pistons duels. My ball knowledge ain't deep enough to give them for the Wings or Tigers. Scherzer/JV. I don't really look at pitchers as duos.
I think, I think
pitcher-catcher.
Sergey and Yzerman.
I was just about to say Datsuk, Zetterberg.
Yeah, Datsuk and Zetterberg.
Lindstrom
and Cromwell. Howe and Lindsay. I think they're. Yeah, I think the Red Wings.
Do like your time, like you've watched.
My time, it would be.
That's what we do with the rookies.
It would be Pavel. It'd be Zetterberg and Pavel, the Euro twins, dude.
Yeah.
Because Lindstrom, obviously, Lindstrom's the best out of all of them. He's the best player from those teams, but the duo wise, it would be from my time. Obviously, I didn't get to experience Yzerman and Sergey, but I would say it's either Pavel and Henrik or even Osgood and Hasek would be
shout out.
Yeah. That's an elite duo.
Yeah.
Caden Dern, is it too early to put Caden Dern in there?
Yes.
It's a little early, yeah.
Okay.
They gotta do something.
I'll do Rip and Chauncey.
Ben, yeah. Or Rip and Chauncey.
Rip and Chauncey.
I got one.
Sheed and Ben.
Who you got?
I gotta go Stafford to Megatron. That was probably the best.
That is a great
one that I watched growing up because I mean every Sunday you knew they were probably gonna lose, but you knew you were also gonna see some pretty dope shit between those two.
Yeah.
Verlander, Scherzer.
I thought for sure.
But do you do it with pitchers because like different?
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Obviously, Sonic and Knuckles. That was right there.
Knuckles. Yeah, that's a good one.
Probably branding wise, number one.
Prince and Miggy was pretty sweet.
Just for our time.
Yeah,
I
but they
listen to
kind of
Tigers
hated each
teams.
other.
Yeah.
Mailbag from Anakin's respiratory illness.
Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker.
I thought for sure
I
Rick
was
was
gonna
going to
say
say
about
Reggie
time,
Jackson, Andre Drummond.
I thought about it.
I thought for sure
thought
he was
about
going to
it.
say it.
I literally thought about it, but I'm like, I can't say that.
Reggie Jackson. Andre
All right, moving on quickly with this one. All right.
Fedorov, Shanahan. Yeah.
There you go.
Mailbag, which FC North coach do you want me? Okay, that's crazy. I'm not reading that one. I got no more mailbags.
Trammell and Whitaker, #1 Detroit duo of all time, says IPE Club.
They won a title.
They are the best infield, the best infield combination in the history of baseball. So
yeah,
probably it's up
I
there.
interest you, Charlie Villanueva, Ben Gordon.
You cannot. What about Josh Smith and Greg Monroe?
What's the hold up with Sweet Lou's Hall of Fame thing? What is this? Didn't offensively wasn't there? Or what?
I mean, no, offensively he was there too. It's just like he's black. I mean, I don't know. It's like there's no reason for him to not be. There's no reason for him to not be in the Hall of Fame, especially when he was the best shortstop for like 10 years. Like his number, like offensively, accolades, obviously defensively. It's crazy. He must have just like obviously I didn't watch them, but he must have like hated the media or like been a real asshole to the media or something. Because there's no other way to explain him not being in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Trammell and Sweelu have the longest running double play combination in MLB history.
Yep. Lambier and Mahorn, that's a good one.
That's a good one, too.
It would be Zeke and Dumars. So.
Yeah, I was just about to say IT Dumars.
Both of them have finals MVPs.
Just depends what you're going for. That's why I like Mount Rushmore. It's like,
yeah.
What are you basing yours off?
Blake and Drummond says DNC.
Yeah.
Blake and Drake.
Stanley Johnson and Ish
Victor
Smith.
Martinez and Miguel Cabrera. That would be cool. I mean,
Stanley Johnson and who?
Stanley
Ish
Johnson
Smith.
and Ish Smith. It's crazy.
Vimar and Miggy. I like that one.
Monster.
Yeah, because they were boys,
Yeah.
you know.
Latin brothers. It was pneumonia joke. Easy. Jesus Christ.
Okay, Keitho says
Okay,
Jenkins
I got
8
you, I got you,
assists,
I got you,
Tigers
yeah.
money line, Verlander 3.5 strikeouts, plus 918. I like that a lot.
I don't hate it.
Send us the link.
Yeah, that's for almost plus 1,000.
I like Verlander 3.5 strikeouts.
That one's probably like minus.
The sketches.
It's probably like minus 260. No, that's probably the best. That's probably the safest. Spenny would have read it. What was it? Should I go back and read it?
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
You didn't read it?
It was crazy.
Was it super chat?
He meant as an illness. No. He said, "Which NFC North coach do you want me inside of this December?"
Oh, nice.
But it's from Anakin's respiratory illness. I'll always say Matt LaFleur. Maybe a little Ben Johnson.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, the biggest threat.
He's the biggest threat, and we can handle the Bears.
Can you say that KOC was carried last year by
Brian Flores? Absolutely. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he was
They're the
carried.
perfect pairing.
He didn't have a quarterback. Like, there's only so much you can do with 9.
One piece I agree to you as much as I've wanted to like show love or at least have some faith in Shep to work out. You didn't give a fuck if you didn't go poach Brian Flores.
It would have been the best single move you could have done this offseason would be to poach Brian Flores. Because it would
Take away from them.
Yeah. Give you
Add
the
to
best defensive mind in football, arguably.
Like you can't tell me that like that was yeah, I'm with you.
And it's not like you got to worry
That's
about the
Madden
salary
thing,
cap
for sure. But in real life, that would have been a brilliant fucking move. It's not he's a fucking question mark at all. There's no question mark, and Brian Flores can call defense. He's done it his entire career in the National Football League, including for Bill Belichick, who notoriously never lets other guys call his defense.
Yeah.
I just feel like Sheila don't got it. Although, I mean, she was invested. She had other plays being made.
I think it's just they love Shep. If Brian Flores was actually sitting at the table and you passed on him, that's crazy. But I don't think it ever got that. I don't think
the opportunity was there though.
The opportunity was there. I don't think they ever considered it.
I don't know if there was though, because he just re-signed. I don't know if they.
Well, he was
re-signed,
interviewed,
but they let him shop around and see what he could get.
If you offered him fucking $14 million,
I mean, they probably told him we're gonna re-sign or whatever. Just go see what the highest bid is.
Yeah,
Probably,
it's a formality testing the market, I guess.
Yeah.
But
But still, I mean, fucking, I don't know. Like you could get aggressive, man.
Katrina says, "Imagine what bum you'd have to be to go coach for the enemy." It's true.
I thought
it takes a real piece of shit to do that.
Can't believe he called Decker. What an asshole. Just to make us look bad. I mean, he probably didn't know.
He probably didn't know. He probably assumed that the general manager of the team that just cut him had already talked to him.
It's kind of nuts.
I guess that's a big assumption, though.
To be fair, though, Ben probably called after he obviously got cut, not fucking.
You got $5,000 on that, dude?
What?
$5,000? What? On what?
Oh, he said, wait, not on that bet?
For Zona.
Oh.
Cheers for Arizona. He's got $5,000 on that.
Shit. I hope Arizona wins.
Raise the sales. Will Ivy be out of the league? He's
Yes.
already out.
He is out of the league right now.
He's already out of the league, and yeah, probably not.
I doubt a team picks him up.
Yeah.
Unless it was the James Harden.
He'll probably go a G League route, get picked up, be in a locker room environment, and like prove that he can be in a locker room environment. And then they're like, okay.
If G League, you mean like Guangdong Zong League, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, too.
Yeah. I think there's still gays in the G League.
Maybe he starts his own league.
Dude, have you seen the video of
the
when they're
anti-G
talking
League.
about what KG said to what's his name?
Anti-G League. It's nuts.
Anti-GAY League.
What was the openly gay NBA player's name?
Carl Nassib?
Jason Collins.
That's NFL.
Jason
you
Collins.
just love you some Carl Nassib.
No, I
I
thought
don't
you
think
said
there's ever been an
NFL.
openly gay one.
Yeah, Jason
Was it
Collins.
Jason
Jason
Collins,
Collins.
something like that.
Yeah, because they were talking about it on
shit, was
Club
he-
520, and Jeff Teague was talking about how Kevin Garnett's like the best teammate you can have, and how they were partying and shit in Boston after they won you know, they won a playoff series or whatever. He said, yeah, KG was on the flight, and he was like, yeah, we got to get some bitches in here, get some bottles. And he looked at Jason Collins and goes, don't worry, we'll get some for you too.
That's nuts.
Damn.
Dude, I mean, Kevin Garnett's a real one. We'll make sure you're taken care of. I was
That's
like,
a real one.
Yeah. He doesn't judge.
So you think there's more like down low guys in the league that just don't come out?
Absolutely. We got one sitting in the booth right there.
Or it's a lack of.
No, I actually have a wild story. I can't tell you guys on air.
Is that Pickles?
It's a friend of the show that watches, but he just had like a close to home situation where a friend of his was like,
Ham gay? Yeah.
like DL, and it was wild.
Hey,
Wild
I mean,
story.
you should feel comfortable enough.
Shit happens.
You
Not
should
funny.
feel comfortable enough around the people that
Do you
you
remember-
care about that you can be who you are.
You ever see the Kirk Cousins interview? Like, asked him about his gay teammate. I forget who it was. Well, they asked him like if
Yeah.
like he saw him, and he's like, "Not everyone's perfect."
Can't win them all.
Yo, I don't judge him. Not everyone's perfect.
I mean, that's crazy.
So funny,
I mean,
dude.
Kirk also
Super religious.
he's super religious guy. Yeah.
That was funny as fuck.
KG real for that. Yeah, that shit was so funny.
What KG do?
Kevin Garnett.
Oh, Kevin Garnett.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll make sure you're covered.
We got you too. All right, I think we'll wrap this one up.
Somebody said Jared McCain. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he'd be like a minus 2,000 favorite.
It's so funny though. It was like I fucking forget the verbiage of the tweet. But it was like when one of the real ones call you out, because you know how Jalen Williams always acting kind of, or J Dubs always acting kind of sus.
Yeah.
When Jared McCain had his hand in his back in the post, he's like, "Get your hand out my back."
Yeah, yeah. He's like, just bring it higher.
Yeah. So when a real one try you, you know what I'm saying? All that fake stuff go away.
Jared McCain. I love the edits for Jared McCain where it's the Ice Spice song, like, I'm bad, Lord, I make it look sexy, or whatever that song is.
Jared
It's just
McCain.
like Jared McCain getting hoops.
They got him. What'd they give up?
For free.
Yeah, basically free.
Like a
I think it was
second round pick.
2
or something.
seconds.
How do you fucking let that happen?
I don't know.
I don't even understand. They're gonna win again this year.
Probably.
Maybe.
I hope.
It's a
Spurs
gauntlet.
actually. I
I
forgot.
want Minnesota. I want Minnesota, low key.
It's not gonna happen though.
I want Anthony Edwards to win the chip. He's the fucking man, dude.
Better win it now because he's coming east.
Yeah, it's true. He's coming to the Pistons. Anthony Edwards.
I would love that.
I
would trade everything.
Our path to the title is Scotty or
Scotty would be awesome too. Would love Scotty.
Evan Mobley.
Asar Thompson and 5 first-round picks for Scotty Barnes.
So it's 26 Rockets first round and the 3 second rounds.
All along the Western Front. All right, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button.
Smash it.
For Eazy.
Yes.
For Chris. For Gordo. I am Spencer. We love apple pie. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Goodbye.